What if I told you that the single biggest thing holding you back isn't a lack of effort, but the very act of trying harder? It's a total paradox, right? It goes against everything we've ever been taught about success. So in this explainer, we're going to tear down this idea that more effort always equals more progress, and instead, we'll explore a much smarter way to evolve. Our whole lives we're taught this simple equation. More effort in, more progress out. More hours, more hustle, more grind. It's supposed to be this straight line to success. But what if it's not? What if that arrow connecting the two isn't an arrow at all, but a tangled knot? And the more you pull on the effort end, the tighter the progress end gets. And yeah, this is hustle culture 101, isn't it? We celebrate the grind, we glorify this brute force approach like it's the only way to get anything meaningful done. It's our default setting whenever we want to level up. But here's the thing about that default setting. It comes with a hidden cost, and trust me, it's a steep one. Okay, so this leads us to a really crucial concept, the point of diminishing returns. Think of it like an invisible line. It's that point where our greatest strength, our effort, suddenly starts working against us. It's the exact moment when pushing harder actually starts pushing you backwards. Here's the surprising truth of it all. Think about it like you're building a fire. You get it going, it's burning hot and bright. But what happens if you just keep piling on more and more logs? You don't get a bigger flame, you just smother it. All you get is smoke. That's the effort trap right there. Our instinct is to just add more fuel, but we end up choking the very progress we're trying to make. So this chart, it basically shows the effort trap in action. See that first bar? That initial burst of effort gets you a huge return. Awesome. So naturally, you double down. But look, the next result is smaller. And then you go all in, right? Maximum effort. And poof, your progress just flatlines. It's not just that you're getting tired. We're talking about total burnout, a complete loss of focus, and just wasting energy on things that don't even matter. And listen, this is way worse than just getting less bang for your buck. This is about a strategy that actively sabotages your own growth. It's like you're trying to build a taller tower, but by just relentlessly piling on more bricks, you're not getting any higher. You're actually cracking the very foundation you're standing on. Which, of course, leads us to the big question. If our go-to strategy of just try harder is completely broken, what do we do? Where do we even go from here? What does the alternative even look like? Well, the solution is a complete shift in how we think. It's called effortless growth. Now, this isn't an excuse to be lazy, not at all. It's about being incredibly strategic. It's the idea that real, true progress doesn't come from adding more, but from intelligently taking things away and getting crystal clear on what you're actually trying to do. So this whole idea of effortless growth, it really just rests on two powerful pillars. First, there's strategic removal. That's actively getting rid of what's holding you back. And second, there's refined intention, which is all about clarifying your goals so that every single ounce of energy you spend is focused and effective. Now, to really get this, let's use a new metaphor. I want you to forget the idea that growth is all about lifting heavier and heavier weights. Instead, I want you to think of yourself as a gardener. Think about it. The weightlifter's whole approach is about addition, right? More weight, more reps, pure brute force. But the gardener, their job is completely different. A gardener can't force a plant to grow, can they? Nope. Instead, they strategically remove the weeds, they prune the dead branches, and they improve the soil. Their entire focus is on creating the conditions where growth just happens. And this is the really profound part. Genuine, sustainable growth isn't achieved by applying more and more pressure. It happens when you create the space and the right environment for it to emerge naturally. It's a fundamental shift from forcing an outcome to cultivating potential. Okay, so how do we actually do this? That brings us to our final section, growth through subtraction. This is all about the practical, tangible art of achieving more by consciously and strategically doing less. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. You have to flip the script in your head. Stop looking at your overflowing to-do list and asking, what more can I do? Instead, you've got to start asking the gardener's question. What can I remove to let the truly important things flourish? So what does this pruning actually look like in real life? Well, it's getting rid of those useless meetings that just drain your energy. It's pruning those vague, fuzzy goals that have no clear outcome. It's cutting away the divided attention, the 20 tabs you have open right now, and simplifying things to get rid of unnecessary complexity. Every single thing you remove creates more room for what actually matters. So, here's the bottom line. Stop thinking of progress as some kind of battle you have to win with brute force. Start seeing it as an ecosystem that you need to cultivate. Because honestly, when you stop forcing and you start cultivating, growth isn't just possible, it becomes the natural, inevitable result. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Our instinct is always to chase more, add more, and push harder. But just for a second, consider the opposite. What weeds can you pull from your schedule? What dead branches can you prune from your goals? What incredible potential could you unlock simply by doing less?